What is up?
What up?
What up, y'all?
You like my hat?
Mm, no, not really. It's all right. I think your other hat needs to make an appearance on the show at some
Oh
point.
yeah, it'll make an appearance. This one, it cost me $40. So
Yeah, yeah. Was it $40.00? Is
yeah,
that what it
it
was?
was 40.00. Yep.
Ah, got it, got it,
Yeah.
got it.
So just want to make sure I made an appearance. All right, let's hop into the week one fantasy recap.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time, but we finally made it to the NFL kickoff for the third season of our humble little fantasy football league. A wild week one weekend has came and went and brought a ton of ugliness, injuries, and just overall chaos to your wifey's favorite league. And I, like always, will attempt to summarize it in the best way I know how by writing jokes that may or may not be funny and by picking on our league members. So without further ado, let's get into it. We will start with the matchup between Baby Back Gibbs and Team Clemis, still waiting on an official name change here. This game was ugly all around, multiple underperformances on both teams and injuries galore, but despite all of that, Baby Back Gibbs went into Monday night with a sliver of a chance if Stefan Can You Diggs It was able to put up 22 points against a stout Jets defense, and somehow, some way, he did, pushing Baby Back Gibbs past Bill's team just barely for a Monday night miracle with a final score of 102.44 to 97.41. In another matchup that came down to a Monday night finish, we had Sausage McGritty taking on You Ain't Mahomes. Despite strong performances from his wide receivers, Ashton had bad, lower than expected production from his running back room. This allowed Mahomes and the rest of Darrell's team to go into the Monday night matchup with a slim lead. But just like Josh Allen, Darrell's team never stood a chance against the Jets D, as 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a game-winning punt return touchdown in overtime was just enough to give Ashton the win and have his team grittying to a 143.22 to 142.09 dub. Next, we look at the matchup between Deshaun's comeback story and Garrett Wilsonu. This matchup looked still winnable for David until it didn't. After solid showings by the Deshaun Dick Flasher Watson and an absolute eruption, kind of like what happened in Deshaun's massage sessions, by the Dallas defense, David had to look on and see his winning percentage drop down to 1% before the Monday night game. Bright spot is Garrett Wilson looks as advertised, but dark spot is Aaron Rodgers is out for the season with an Achilles injury, and Mr. Zach Wilson will be throwing Garrett passes again. Over-under on David changing his name to Zach Wilson Me. Rich wins a comfortable Week 1 matchup by our largest margin of the week, 161.96 to 104.95. Next up, our auto draft expert, Catching Fields, took on our first newcomer, Obey Tay. Despite a huge performance by CMC, Taylor couldn't escape a big fat 0 from T. Higgins and a downright Dak Prescott-esque performance by Josh Allen. Just abysmal. Chantel survived off the points of her running back room, with all of them scoring at least 16 points, including Breece Lightning back from an ACL tear and looking electric. Despite 2 other teams getting their Monday night miracle, Allen's performance did not do enough to give Taylor victory, and he falls to 0-1 to start the year after losing 111.02 to 96.59. And last but not least, we had the real bad blood matchup between our second newcomer, Curtis, and the West Texas All-Stars, and Claudia's Tucker into bed. This one teetered back and forth, with Claudia comfortably sitting on as high as a 57% chance for hours before Tyreek Hill went absolutely nuclear with a 45-point game versus the Chargers. This overperformance was exactly what Curtis needed, because God knows Joe Burrow didn't help him win this week. Claudia's tight end and wide receivers also laid some goose eggs as well, so who knows, maybe rather than benching them, they'll just be cut. The newcomer takes it this week with a score of 121.48 to 107.49. And at the end of all the madness, here's how the rankings shake out. Leading our 1-0 teams is co-commissioner Rich's Deshaun's comeback story in the number 1 seed. Then we have Ashton's Sausage McGritty in second place, Curtis's West Texas All-Stars in third, Chantel's Catching Fields in fourth, and the lowest scoring winning team, yours truly, and the Baby Back Gibbs in fifth. Moving to our 0-1 teams, in 6th, we have Darrell's You Ain't Mahomies. In 7th is Claudia's Tucker Into Bed. In 8th, we have David's Garrett Will Sun You. And in 9th, we have Phil's Team Clemis. And in last place, we have Taylor's Obey Tay, also waiting on a clever nickname for this team here. Now let's quickly preview our Week 2 matchups. First, we have Babyback Gibbs taking on Tucker Into Bed in the matchup of the Duncan household. Loser sleeps on the couch or takes the other one out to dinner. Deal? Deal. Then we have Deshaun's comeback story going up against Catching Fields. Battle of 2 undefeated teams. Can Rich keep the momentum going, or does the AI prove robots can draft better teams than humans? Next, Garrett Will Sun You takes on Obey Tay. We will truly see how an Aaron Rodgers-lift Garrett Wilson can perform against the Cowboys, and we will also see if Josh Allen can bounce back or if his days of being labeled elite are behind him. Then Sausage McGrody takes on Team Clemis. Ashton pulled off a miracle this week, and Phil lost on a miracle this week. Who will have luck on their side next week? And the final matchup is You Ain't Mahomies taking on West Texas All-Stars. Curtis lost a QB, but thank God he's got 7 others on his roster, so we think he'll be fine. Meanwhile, Darrell looks to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss, which literally came down to the final play of the game. And there you have it. That is your Week 1 / Week 2 recap / preview. Next game is Thursday night, Vikings versus Eagles. So set your lineups, look at the waiver wire, and good luck the rest of the way.
This past week was fucking crazy. Craziest week 1 I think I've seen in a while.
Bro, the injuries, the underperformances by so many top players was just, it was crazy. It's nuts.
On top of that, there was some breaking news. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but J.C. Horn for the Panthers, it might be just done. So he said his hamstring's so bad it might require surgery.
Oh shit! No, I did not see that.
Bro, they wasted like a top 10 pick on that dude.
That's terrible.
They
Also, Deontay Johnson is freaking gonna be out for 4 weeks. So not only did I have to start Sky Moore, I had no Mark Andrews, no Cooper Kupp, now no Deontay Johnson. I'm down to the fucking replacements, and it's week 2.
That's wild. Crazy. Let's start with the Chiefs Lions game because I thought that shit was funny. And I just want to point out, real quick at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Like halftime, the NFL tweets out that Patrick Mahomes is on pace for another ridiculous week 1 performance. He had 140 yards passing at that time.
280 yards. Historic.
What is happening?
Absolutely historic. Yeah, dude. Not a lot of good to take away from the Chiefs in that game. They look completely lost without Kelsey on that team. Nobody else can catch a fucking cold. Mahomes doesn't look comfortable without Kelsey out there. And I think it's because Mahomes is so creative, right? And there's so many, the Mahomes magic that he makes after, when plays break down, and he always looks for Kelsey. And I think I was talking to Phil, and there was one time where he broke the pocket and he looked at his tight end and was gonna flip it, and he was like, "Fuck, that's not Kelsey." I'm just gonna fucking take this and run with it, So, Sky Moore terrible, Kadarius Toney Montana
What's happening?
Terrible. I don't know. Sky Moore has no excuses. Sky Moore played all preseason. Yeah. He's a second-year receiver. He's been in the offense for 2 straight years. He has no excuses. Kadarius Toney missed preseason with injury, so he didn't play anything. This was his time to kind of get really acclimated as a number 1. So that's the only thing that I can try and take away is that he had that excuse, I guess, but fuck, it was bad.
I will say the Lions looked good.
Lions look good, dude.
That's real good. Yeah. I was impressed. I think that their receivers did really well. Reynolds and Amon-Ra, solid. And even David Montgomery, the resurgence. The man's he's there. He's official.
I don't know. I'm not sold on Montgomery, and it's not just because I'm a Gibbs owner. I think Gibbs was way more efficient, looked way more explosive. They gave Montgomery a fuck ton of work, which I assumed was going to happen. But other than the touchdown run, he was popping off 2 or 3 yards a carry. It's not great.
That's true. Yeah, he did have that one big run. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But you know who looked good, who you just picked up on the waiver wire, is Laporta.
You're damn right.
Looked nice.
I had to pick him up, and Joku didn't do shit on Sunday. He did nothing.
Yeah, yeah, but nobody in that game did fucking anything. It was sloppy and gross and week one. So
You know what sloppy and gross reminds me of?
I'm afraid to ask.
The Vikings offensive line.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's not good.
Poor
I,
Kirk Cousins spent more time on the ground than he did on his feet.
but we knew that. We knew that watching Netflix's series quarterback. That man is just constantly under duress.
Which makes what Justin Jefferson is able to do that much more impressive.
Can you imagine if he was on like a top O line? Like if he was like a receiver, I don't even want to say the Eagles because even the Eagles like run the ball a good amount. But if he was just on a like a line that just had stupid amounts of time,
If he was
like
like on a Chargers or something, like he'd be
yeah,
like ridiculous.
yeah, and he's still historic. Like
Yeah.
he's he's doing things that nobody else has freaking ever done. I like Addison though. I like him a
Yeah.
lot. And I think just the more that JJ continues to be JJ, the more that defenses have to double him. And it's like Addison is not bad and he's fast and he takes the top off and you have that safety come down and try to help the corner with JJ. And then now you got a big freaking seam open and that's how he scored. I'm fucking rolling with the rookie on Thursday night against the Eagles. I'm throwing
Do it.
Addison in there,
Do
not
it.
only because I have no other fucking healthy weapons, but because I think he can do good.
I love when teams draft receivers for a specific reason and then actually use them for that.
Yeah,
That's
like
why they drafted Addison.
unlike the Falcons drafting Kyle Pitts and Drake London and running the ball 50 times a game and not throwing to either one of them.
I wish
Do
Kyle
you
Pitts would
know?
just request a trade already.
Do you know that the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, Desmond Ritter, has half the amount of receptions of Kyle Pitts and Drake London combined
What?
because Ritter threw a ball that was batted to himself and he caught it, and Drake London had zero catches and Pitts had two. So the
Stop this
quarterback has more catches than their
madness.
number one wide receiver.
What are you doing,
Insane.
Atlanta?
Insane.
I really liked what the Pats defense did against Jalen Hurts and the Sheagles.
The Sheagles. Yeah, even though you picked up Slim Reaper, you fucking traitor.
Doesn't matter. That's fantasy. This is real.
It's
And
fantasy.
I fucking I hate the Eagles, and I'm glad the Patriots were like, hey, take this one on the chin there, buddy. And even though they
Yeah.
came out with a loss, it's like still it's like I think they put the blueprint in front of everybody that says this is how you can stay in the game at least.
Yeah. I mean, it was a rainy game. It was, again, ugly and sloppy. But I expected that game to be low scoring, but like nothing for the Patriots at all. I would have figured that they get like 10 points and the Eagles win like 21-10 or something like that pretty handily. So the fact that like Mac Jones was out there dicing them up a little bit was pretty impressive. And then Hertz looked very normal. He didn't look like an MVP candidate. Obviously, week one, obviously rainy, but yeah, they looked very just a pedestrian kind of team. But yeah, I mean the fact that the fucking Patriots receiving core of what Kendrick Bourne and like that beauty guy and my knee is going to explode Smith Schuster. The fact that they were able to do decent, I feel like the Vikings Eagles game might be actually a little bit more competitive than it was last year.
Very true. Very true. Question for you.
Hit me.
If I told you I was going to give you a defense and I said on this defense, you have Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, JC Jackson, and Derwin James, where would you expect this defense to rank?
Top five, easy.
Man, what the fuck is going on? Tyreek Hill ate them up.
Bro, I saw something. So Tyreek Hill came out at the start of the season and said that he was going to get over 2,000 yards, right? He's going to be the first receiver to get 2,000 yards. He's on pace for 3,000 yards right
It's
now.
crazy, dude. It's crazy. They are so bad. The
Yeah, and
Chargers
like
defense was so bad.
Waddle didn't even have that great of a game. It seemed like it wasn't like it was like literally all Tyreek.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nuts.
Crazy. And then of course, Sunday night, baby.
Yeah,
All the shit talking that happened leading up to that game. Oh, the Giants are gonna be
from
so
who?
good. Just people everywhere. The
Okay,
Giants are gonna be so good. It's gonna be the Eagles, the Giants, and then the Cowboys in the division. Blah blah blah. Yeah, suck a dick, bitch.
defense looked good. Dak looked incredibly mediocre. Um,
Why do you have to do that much if your defense is out there
no,
just
you don't. You don't. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't do anything special at all. Like I
yeah.
think he had a post game or interview and he had like a game ball or something. He was like, I literally don't know why I have this.
I
Like
saw that. Yeah,
should
yeah.
go to the defense. Like, and I agree. Tony Pollard looks as advertised, and he's getting red zone work, not freaking vultured from him from Zeke. So Tony
I think
Pollard stonks through the roof.
I did like this was the first time seeing like the Mike McCarthy, what he's calling the Texas Coast offense, which I don't like that at all. There's no coast
That's
in
that's
Texas, you
that's
dumbass.
that's Curtis's the
I hate it. I
West
hate it.
Texas
I
All
hate it.
Stars.
But like seeing Dak inside of that offense, he looked more like in charge and more comfortable. And I think as long as Tony Pollard keeps going, like it'll take a lot of pressure off of him. And the defense looks so fast, dude. We were just like,
Yeah, no, the defense looked terrifying. There was that was a big old yikes for the Giants because they just that one where I can't remember was it I can't remember the dude's name, but he came little dump off pass to Saquon and he ran and bumped it up, tackled Saquon and the ball bumped up in the air and they pick sixed it and Saquon was just on the ground like the hell is going on right now? Like, that's how the entire Giants team looked. Like just like what the fuck?
we I hate like even talking like this because I'm not like somebody who jumps off the deep end, but we look like we might be the team.
It's not your curse. It's my curse.
Listen, I just want to say this.
Uh,
I want to say this. We're expecting Emily and I are expecting. We're super excited. Her due date's February 11th,
okay.
and as you know, the weekend prior to that is Super
Super Bowl
Bowl
Sunday.
Sunday. If I've waited 27 years for that day, that specific day, I'm not going to say because I don't want to jinx it, and I can't even watch it. I'm, I don't. It's going to be. I'm gonna be so torn emotionally because it's like one of the greatest days of my life, personally and in sports. But then also like I can't
Uh,
watch it. It's like, oh my god, what am I
would
going
you
to do?
name would you name your baby something Dallas Cowboy related if it guaranteed them to win the Super Bowl?
Honestly, there's been a couple of names that have been thrown out as like ideas of like this could possibly work.
Is it a girl or a boy? You guys don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
That's right. Okay. I was like, I was trying to think, and I was like, I actually don't think I remember or know. So
We don't know yet, but actually it was the names that we have talked about that are cowboy related are actually were actually Emily's idea, and I was like I was like,
what does she got?
can't say.
She's like CD Lamb Giannis.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't say the names. I've been sworn to secrecy.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, let's jump into smash or pass. What do you got for me?
Yes, let's do it. First of all, I want to go through our results from last week because they were fucking atrocious. So, for Claudia's team, we had Justin Fields over 75 rushing yards versus Green Bay. We both smashed that, and he only got 59. So, they held him in check pretty good.
Wasn't too
Ashton's
far
team,
off though.
not too far off, but like I had him over. You said over 75. I had him over 100. I remember I boldly stated that, and that did not happen. So, um,
I think he's gonna get a
Ashton's
oh.
Ashton's team. We had the Jets D forcing 2 turnovers versus the Bills. We both said no. We were passing, and they got 4. Three
Josh Allen came
picks.
out and fucking he was like, here.
He Josh Allened it, man. Madden curse. Is it coming back? Madden curse coming back?
The Madden curse and the Hard Knocks curse. They met on Monday and look what happened.
Ooh, true. It was an ugly game. Rip to Aaron Rodgers' Achilles. Nesdoba's team. We said Najee over 100 total yards. We both passed on that, and we were absolutely right. This man got 33 total
Yeah,
yards.
the Steelers
33.
the Steelers look so bad.
Dude, it was terrible.
I
And
mean, I mean Kenny Pickett looked better than Daniel Jones, but
I mean, sure. Sure. He didn't look like the world beater that you fucking put him out to be. And that was not in the rain. For David's team, we had it was Kittle catches a touchdown. I think we both smashed that, and no touchdown for Kittle.
okay, all right.
Instead, Ayuk twice. So
On my bench. That was so fun.
fantasy is here, baby. Chantel's team, Dak throws the first pick of the year versus New York Giants. You passed on that. I
Fucking right, I
smashed
did.
the hell on that. And we're still at 0 on the Dak Prescott pick counter.
Yep.
I will have to wait another week. So for your team, had Derrick Henry 2 rushing touchdowns versus New Orleans. I passed. You smashed on that. He got no touchdowns at all. So bad for that. Curtis, one of his 2 bench quarterbacks, outscores Burrow. Burrow got a whopping 3.18 points. Cousins, you said it was going to be Cousins. Cousins outscores him 20.96. And honestly, Aaron Rodgers would have outscored him too, but he didn't.
No, you're wrong. I actually
Oh, you had
profoundly
Rodgers.
stated
Oh,
that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the one to do it.
this is why we say bet responsibly, kids. Phil, we had DeAndre Swift has a rushing touchdown versus New England. I think I smashed on that. I can't remember what you said on that one. Did you smash that or
I
pass?
smashed on that one. No, I passed it because I said they were going to give it to Gainwell, and
Oh, that's right. And Gainwell did better. I don't think Gainwell scored. DeAndre Swift had, I think, 2 carries for 1 yard and a catch for 0 yards.
Did you see that alert today where
Gainwell might
Soriani,
not
whatever, yeah, he said he's gonna be back and forth. Sirianni.
Yeah. Gainwell also might not play on Thursday. He's dealing with a ribs issue. He didn't practice today. Game is tomorrow. So
I definitely
Swift,
think DeAndre Swift's gonna get way more carries this week, but
this week for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that backfield is like there's so many usable players that it's almost like confusing to see like who to start. Darrell, we had Mahomes at least 3 passing touchdowns versus Detroit. We both smashed that, and he only had 2 and a pick. So did not get that one. And then mine, Gibbs over 5 catches versus KC, only had 2. Only had 2
really?
receptions.
That's so surprising.
Very. But I liked what we saw afterwards. Campbell said like we were going to ease him in and see how he handled it. He did well, and he was like, yeah, we're going to be using him a lot more going forward. So hopefully that's a sign of good things to come.
So you want to trade him to me then?
Absolutely not. I'll take Ridley off your hands for my depleted wide receiver room.
All right, hit me with this week. What do you got?
All right, Claudia's team. Jamar Chase in a bounce back game versus the Ravens, over 100 yards receiving. Smash or pass? He had like 39 this week. So
smash on that one. I think that they're going to bounce back. I also think T. Higgins is not going to put up 0 points.
Yeah, I also don't think that'll happen either. 8 targets, 0 points is wild.
Yeah.
No, I'm smashing that as well. I think the Ravens had like Nico Collins get like 11 targets and had like 81 yards. So I have to think that Burrow and Chase bounce back big time.
Yeah.
Ashton's team, Damian Pierce gets his first rushing touchdown of the season versus Indy.
I'm gonna smash on that one too. I don't think Indy's defense is, too solid, and I think that they're gonna be able to run on them.
Yeah, I'm smashing that as well. ETN broke a big long one, and Damian Pierce fucking runs angry, dude. That man
Yeah.
runs like everybody killed his dog.
Bro,
So
did is it just me or did ETN put on some muscle? Because he looked thicker.
um
That
he looked
sounds
faster for sure. That looks a little sound a little sus.
Yeah,
Like
let's hear it for the sus comment of the cast here.
um
Uh,
Nesdoba, CMC over 150 total yards versus the Rams. I think he had like 169 this week. I am smashing that
he only had that one big break. You're saying total yards?
total, receiving and rushing.
Yeah, I think I'll smash that too.
Okay. David, Jalen Hurts in a
Pass.
bounce back game tomorrow. 2 touchdowns in any way, shape, or form versus Minnesota.
Oh, smash. I think that's a given. Yeah. Jalen Hurts will be
Smash
up
as
there.
well. Yeah, smash as well. Chantel's team, Bijan Robinson scores for a second straight week versus Green Bay.
Oh, smash. I think yeah, this is like I'm just smashing everything right now. But yeah, I think that Bijan's really good and Green Bay is not that great. I mean their defense at least.
Yeah. I will take it a step further and think that both him and Algier score again.
Yeah.
They're both gonna get plenty of work. And yeah, I don't think they can stop the Falcons running attack at least.
If they can figure out how to use both of them and then even sprinkle in some play action, like that offense has potential to be pretty solid.
Yeah. And I mean they had them both on the field at a couple plays. Like they would either run with Algier or move Bijan in motion, play action, and then dump it to Bijan. So yeah, if you could just fucking, I don't know, like use your top like 8 picks that you spent back to back years in receiving options in Pitts and London, maybe like people wouldn't hate you, Arthur Smith.
Yep.
Um, cool. Your team. Calvin Ridley catches over 7 balls versus Kansas City smasher pass.
I'm gonna smash on that. I think they're fine. They're trying to like force feed Calvin Ridley right now.
Yeah.
I
At
think
the
if this was like 6 weeks down the road, I might not smash on that, but right now I will.
yeah, at the expense of fucking Christian Kirk, who had 1 catch. So yeah, my hope, I'm going to see, I'll smash it. I'll smash it because I think it's going to be a shootout with lots of points. But my hope is that KC is wise and sees like, oh shit, they really like throwing the ball to fucking Calvin Ridley. Let's try and cover him, and Kirk opens up in the middle.
Yeah.
It's my hope, but I hope it's just a fucking shootout and Trevor Lawrence has 4 touchdowns. So, Curtis, Nick Chubb, first rushing touchdown of the year versus Pittsburgh. He didn't get one in the rain, so
Um, I expected Pittsburgh's defense to be way better than what they were against San Francisco, and so I'm going to smash on that. I think Chubb is right there on the cusp of doing his Nick Chubb thing. He was still good. I mean, this
yeah,
past weekend, but I think that he has an opportunity to like really capitalize this week.
yep, yep. I'm gonna smash that as well. These are all smashes. That's crazy. Um, Phil's team, Lamar, bounce back game and scores 2 all-purpose touchdowns versus Cincy. Lamar looked fucking dog shit. Um,
This might
but
be my first pass.
ooh,
I just don't think that, like the Bears, Baltimore doesn't know what their identity is. They say they're a run first team, but like look at all they were doing to like get the ball into Zay Flowers' hands, and I just don't. I think they're so confused on how they want to attack. And then with J.K. Dobbins going down, like I know they have options, of course, but it's like, do they really know who they are? Bears are the same in the same boat. Like they're trying to do all this running shit, but you have fucking DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney on the outside, like begging for somebody to please just look up and see them. And so I'm gonna pass on this one.
yeah. I I think that in the past they really wanted to be a run first team, and I think after going out and getting Zay Flowers and OBJ, and like they really want to kind of let Lamar kind of turn it loose. I'm gonna smash this one just because I have it as all purpose, so I can see him throwing a touchdown and I can see him running a touchdown because Deshaun Watson ran a touchdown in against Cincy, and I don't think it's a crazy take to say Lamar is a better rusher than Deshaun Watson. So I'm gonna smash that one. This one's for Darrell's team, but this is going to be very near and dear to your heart. Brandon Cooks catches his first touchdown versus the Jets this week. Don't see it happening, huh?
I don't see it happening. I think he's going to have a good game. I would say probably like 50, 60 yards receiving, but I don't see a touchdown coming out of him. I,
Fair
I
enough.
honestly expect I honestly expect to see like a little bit more tight end work than anything.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Um, I mean, Diggs 8, but after Diggs against the Jets, like Gabe Davis, I think had like 36 yards. So, um, I don't know. Assuming that CD gets blanketed, maybe some room
Yeah.
for Cooks, but yeah, I not sure about that one. I think honestly, I think Tony Pollard's going to be the one that has the big game.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so yeah, I'll pass on that one as well. And then mine, Trevor Lawrence throws 2 touchdowns versus KC. I'm gonna smash that.
Smash. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be a solid game, but I think like you said it's going to be more of like a shootout type thing.
I hope so.
I could see Ingram getting involved, Ridley getting involved. Hopefully Christian Kirk will get involved for you, but yeah, he's got a ton of options, even like a little dump out to ETN and then ETN taking it home.
Yeah, and Zay Jones fucking made a great catch. So yeah, I think he's got the weapons to do it. So
Yeah.
cool.
So then let me ask you for game wise, not fantasy wise, regular
Mm.
NFL. Got a few games here. I want your picks on starting tomorrow night. Vikings Eagles. Who you got?
I am going to take the Vikings in an upset. Um, I think Eagles started off sluggish. Vikings started off even more sluggish. Um, Eagles are dealing with a lot of injuries. I think Bradbury's going to be out. Gainwell's going to be out. Um, and I think also their safety, whose name escapes me right now, but I think their safety is also potentially on the verge of missing. And a lot of attention is going to go to JJ, and Addison and Hawkinson are going to fucking feast in the middle.
Yes.
So that's
Great.
what I got.
Chiefs Jags in the shootout. Who comes out on top?
Yeah. Probably the Chiefs. I think it's a high scoring game, but I don't think the Jags defense can keep up uh, and stop Mahomes. Like Anthony Richardson did not have a bad game for his first game ever. Um, Chiefs, obviously, if they get back Kelsey, I'm gonna think they're pissed from being embarrassed by the Lions on Monday night or sorry Thursday night. So yeah, I think a high scoring game back and forth. Jaguars hold their own, but I think Chiefs come out.
Yeah, Chris Jones back on defense. Kelsey
It's
might
true
be
too.
possibly back. But my hot take of the day is that the Jags drop the Chiefs to 0-2.
I would be fine with that. So I'm good with that.
I'd be fine with that too. Ravens Bengals. This is going to be an interesting one just based off of the play of both quarterbacks last week. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Bengals. I don't think the Ravens looked like the Super Bowl contender world beaters that everybody kind of is like hyping them up to be. Um, it was the Houston Texans. It was a rookie-led Houston Texans, and they really didn't blow them out. Their defense looked solid, but I know one of their defenders like tore their pec or something like that, or is going to be out for a minute. And just the Cincinnati Bengals are just better on offense and everywhere than Houston. So I think since he bounces back big, they also got embarrassed. So yeah, I think they're in a good get right game.
Here's my game of the week. I think the one's going to be like the best one. Lions at Seahawks.
Lions. got Lions honestly pretty easily, I feel like.
You think?
I think so. I don't did Seattle win? Who'd they play?
Seattle played standby. They played the Rams and they
And they
lost.
lost. Yeah, to a Cooper Cupless Rams led by Puka Nakua, the
Yeah, that
number
was
one waiver
wild, dude.
wire target of our fucking league.
That was
5 claims in for him, and
Jesus.
freaking Taylor got him. Yeah, no, I don't think I don't think that game's as competitive as you think. Tyler Lockett didn't look great. Um, Kenneth Walker looked okay. But yeah, I mean they got shredded by an older Matthew Stafford with no Cooper Cup. I think
It was
the
good
Lions
though.
with all their weapons, he did look good. He did look good. But like without his favorite targets. So I think the Lions with Amon Ra and fucking Gibbs and all them, I think they put it on him, honestly.
All right. All right. Good calls on that. Good calls on that. I think this might be the year where the Seahawks realize that Geno Smith is Geno Smith. I don't think he's the answer at
Think
all.
he come you think he writes back this year? He's
Yeah,
gonna write back?
right back. Last one near and dear to my heart, Jets Cowboys. Zach Wilson, the literal mother effer.
The literal MILF hunter.
That's it. Who you got? Say it.
Come
Say it.
on. Come
I
on.
want to hear it. I
If
want to hear your dirty mouth say
you
it.
guys Cowboys, but Dak's throwing a pick.
Woo! Zach, no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I
Sauce.
don't
Sauce
see
getting his
it.
first one. Sauce getting his first one of the year.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, man. That's all I got.
That's all we got, man. Good luck, everybody. Like I said, tomorrow, Thursday, Vikings, Eagles, set your lineups.
That's it.
That's it.
Football's here. We're in it. We're in the thick of it.
We're fucking in the thick of it. Let's go.
Peace out.
Everybody who's 1-0, fucking good job. Everybody who's 0-1, step your shit up.
That's right. Chantel, about to be 2-0. Later, guys.